Hello everybody, welcome to another installment on my series of peppers and tomatoes. And I will start out with my black cherry tomatoes. This is the good news of my garden, although I just noticed this was broken. Yeah, these black cherry tomatoes are going nuts. They're tall, they're vigorous, they're really producing well. I'm really satisfied with them. Nice cluster down here. I've got other tomatoes that are doing well. If I remember right, these two plants over here are the early wonders. And they're doing very good. A lot of tomatoes on them. I can't get any closer because of my garden down here. Sorry. Purple Beauties peppers. Evidently, when they're small, they're purple, but then they turn green as they ripen. And you see that hole there? That hole in my best looking pepper. I've been dealing with a lot of that in my garden, and I'll go into that later. But first, here are my Anaheim chilies. I've had to pull off quite a few because they got that blossom end rot really bad. But I seem to have arrested that, and now they're doing pretty good. I got some nice ones in there. So the blossom end rot, that was all my fault. I should have known better. I thought I had it covered with the bone meal, but apparently that doesn't work as well as I thought it would. These are giant Marconis. I'll give you a better look on the other side here. Ixtapa jalapenos, there's no worries with these whatsoever. Super vigorous, doing really good. Red Marconi. I'll get a better look on the other side here. Jamaican hot chocolate habaneros. The temperature here has been very hot. It's been very hot, very bright sunshine. And I have the feeling that that's the reason that even though these plants look really vigorous, that I'm not getting that many peppers. I have a feeling that'll change though. I've got flowers here, I've got small peppers, and I do have a few peppers here. I have no doubt at all that eventually I will be loaded with Jamaican hot chocolate habaneros. They look like raisins. Okay, so back to the red Marconi. I haven't had too much trouble with this. They're doing pretty good. It's kind of weird how the plants themselves look so different from each other. I got the one plant here, it's kind of more bushy, and this one's really tall, so just natural variation, I suppose. This one's got a lot of little peppers on it now. Again, my Ixtapa jalapenos. This plant is a real winner. It's just loaded, and like last year when I pick these off, I'll get a whole nother crop just like this. These little buggers produce and produce. Okay, and on to my giant Marconi. Again, with the heat and the sunlight, I'm having problems now, not with blossom end rot, but with sunburn. Can you believe that? This pepper has sunburn. So I don't know, I'm going to leave that one on. It's almost ready to be picked off. That's the biggest one I have so far. And again, these plants will produce more after I pick these off. Anaheim chili, again. Looking good. This is Rocky, a Roma style tomato. Don't have too many on here, but again, this heat, I think the heat has been causing the plants to not produce. Lately it's been in the 80s, and I got little ones here started. So I'm just holding out hope that eventually when this heat ends, that these will actually produce better. Now, here's a question for everybody. You see that little mark on there? I thought that was hail damage, and it's still possible it could be. But so many of my peppers and so many of my tomatoes have a mark on them, just like that. So does anybody have any idea on that? And I'm going to get a little bit more into it as this video progresses. Now, oddly enough, I think this is my black truffaut, or however you pronounce it. Nice looking plant with 0 tomatoes. I don't get it. And here's its brother, or whatever you want to call it. I got 1 nice tomato on there. So I don't know if this tomato plant doesn't produce for me very well like this. I may not grow it again. But like I say, this is probably my best looking tomato right here now. My first prize, those plants were doing spectacular, but I've had some problems. And again, there's some of those marks. Can you see it in there? Another mark. They always seem to be kind of in the same place. I've had to pick a couple of these tomatoes off because I've had some problems. And I don't even remember which one this is anymore. It's got some cat facing on it. Otherwise doing really good. Okay, so that's an update on my plants. Plants themselves look really good, but the fruit is a little bit spotty, and I'm just hoping that once it cools off a little bit, that's going to change. Okay, now on to something. I'll save the best one for last. This was a pepper. This was a red Marconi I had picked off. Again, blossom end rot, I'm assuming. But look at how high it is up on the shoulder here of the pepper. So my question to anybody is, does blossom end rot manifest itself not just at the end, but also in other places? Because it sure looks like it is here. So if you see a pepper like this, get rid of it as soon as you can. Okay, secondly, this is one of my first prizes I had to take off. And you may remember from one of my other videos, I said it was a hail mark. And as I was sitting here looking at it, I noticed that the spot sort of got liquidy, and so I thought, well, I'm gonna take it off because maybe it's getting all rotten. But it looks like in the inside there's like just a perfectly formed cavity that this tomato might have been okay. I don't know. I'll cut it open and see. I'll cut these open for you and show you what they look like. Now, for the weirdest one of all, and this is a mystery. This is something I have never seen before. This is another first prize tomato. I'm sure anybody who grows tomatoes, you're familiar with that little zipper looking thing. Okay, so the mystery here. What is going on with this tomato? As I said, it's got that little zipper thing, and it's actually sort of bubbling out a gas out of that dark spot there. And can you see this? It's like the tomato is dissolving inside the skin here. Again, I've never seen this before. This is a pure mystery to me. And I don't understand what it is. So can anybody else tell me what is going on here? This tomato looked fine one day, and the next day it's just horrible. I picked it off as soon as I could, and I had to show you. I'm going to cut this one open too, and we're going to see what's going on inside. I mean, is this coming across on camera okay? The most strangest problem with tomatoes I have ever seen. It's leaking all over my hands right now. So I'm gonna have to go wash my hands here. But next thing is I'll be cutting these open and looking at them to see what the heck's going on here. The skin is just like a thin membrane, and it's all liquid on the inside. Okay, just really quickly, I want to tell you about how when I was telling you about pulling the yellow leaves off the tomatoes, and so that's what I did here, but there's a different reason for yellow leaves, and I just wanted to point that out to you. If you can see the sort of the break, this leaf had twisted off, and that is the cause of this yellow leaf. So even though I say that yellow leaves are danger and all that, that's not always fungus. But in order to be safe, I pull them off anyways. And in this case, these yellow leaves were caused by the twisting off of the stem, and this would be lack of moisture at this point. So, and then another thing real quick is I wanted to point out that I pulled this tomato off, set it on this table, and over the course of a day of intense sun, this is sunburn here. So I'm just trying to show you different things that can go wrong with your tomatoes, and that's sunburn. And soon I will be showing you what in the world is going on inside this mystery tomato. Look at all the liquid. This is just ridiculous. I have never seen anything like this in my life, and if I had to make a quick guess, I'd say it's bacterial. So I'll get to that. Okay, so as promised, I'm going to cut these open and we're going to see what's going on inside. First, the blossom end rot pepper. Yeah.
Is that normal?
No. I've got some assistants here with me today. Okay, so I don't really have too much to say on it, but that's what it looks like on the inside of a blossom end rot pepper.
Ew.
Okay, here's my tomato that had that strange cavity. I'm going to cut that in half and we're going to see what's going on in there. Okay. Now I'd like to put a call out to anybody who can tell me what is going on here.
What do you mean
this is very unusual. So otherwise the other part of the tomato looked fine. But yeah, I just, you know, this sort of reminds me of what I'm going to be doing next.
Don't do it.
And now I'll have my lovely assistant direct the camera over here. This tomato is just oozing, and just in case it's some sort of bacterial problem, I have it well away from my tomatoes. Alright, now here's the fun one. Oh, look at the juice is just, look at that. This tomato is almost, I can't even hardly hold on to it. It's so gushy.
Ew.
But look at all this. And this is what I'm really wondering, what in the world is going on here with this tomato.
Cut it open.
See that? So here we go. Ta-da! So, does anybody know what in the world is going on here? I would assume it's some kind of bacterial thing. But this is, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And it's obviously horrible. But there you have it. What a mess. I'm looking for an answer on this. Let me know. Thanks for watching.
John, here in Austin, how are you doing?
Doing all right. How are y'all?
We're fine, thanks.
Good. Well, something changed. I can barely hear y'all now, but I was just kind of wondering, and y'all kind of got on it a little bit in that last conversation as to why, like, you said something earlier about having the Ten Commandments everywhere, and then you said something just now about being offended when somebody says God bless you.
A little bit.
I'm wondering why the Christian faith or any faith, because I guess atheism actually is a lack thereof, why do they offend you? Because coming from the standpoint of a Christian, like y'all being, you choosing to be an atheist doesn't offend me in any way, really.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, sir.
And, okay. I don't want to put you on the spot, but could you tell me, please, what you think is going to happen to my soul after I die?
That's not up to me.
I'm not asking you to pass judgment on me, right? I'm an atheist. Let's suppose I'm still an atheist when I die. According to what's taught in your religion, what happens to me?
Like I said, I don't know. I mean,
You don't know?
I'm not there yet.
That's bizarre, because we atheists are not even members of your religion, and we know what the teachings of your religion are.
You know what the teachings are, but you're saying my religion, however, there are different beliefs with Christianity, inside of Christianity, with Catholicism and
all right,
everything else.
I hate to have to do this, because I don't like putting words in people's mouths, but since you're refusing to, just fess up to what the teachings of your own religion are, I'll tell you what your religion says happens to me, right? What happens to me is I get tortured forever, right? According to the rules of your religion, if I'm still an atheist when I die, I go to hell forever, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And you are a member of that religion. At some point, somebody told you that that is what happens to people who aren't members of your religion, and you're okay with that. That's why I'm upset with Christians. That's why I get upset when Christians say things like they'll pray for me, right? Because you are a bunch of people who think I deserve to be tortured forever. How am I supposed to not be upset? Huh?
Don't think you deserve that.
You don't think I deserve it? But you worship the God that you believe is going to do that to me. If you don't think I deserve that, stop worshiping that God.
Hey, why are you getting upset about something that's mythological? That's what the point I'm trying to get at.
If you told me that you believed I deserved to be imprisoned for life in a penal colony on Jupiter, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a penal colony on Jupiter, but you're expressing the sentiment that I deserve to be incarcerated forever. Okay? I can react to that. I'm perfectly within my rights to resent your attitude about me, even if your attitude ultimately connects up with something that's a fiction. You're still going around, you're still voluntarily being a member of a religion that condemns me to eternal torment just for not being a member. That's why.
But, see, there you go. You can call it a religion and yet you don't believe in it as well. See, I'm not trying
No, I don't think I'm going to hell, sir, but you do.
I'm not trying
You
to...
do, and not only that, you're in favor of it. You're staying in the religion that says that that's what I deserve. That you asked what? You called and asked why we get upset about Christians. That's why. Okay?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out why. I mean, because if somebody walking down the street, whatever, says something to me, or somebody says they don't like me, I'm an asshole or whatever, that's fine. I really don't care.
No.
Really? I do care.
Hey, you're an asshole is way less of an insult than you deserve to be tortured forever.
That's true.
That is not on the same scale.
And even not on the same scale.
But
Most people.
But it's something to you that doesn't exist. That'd be like telling me that I needed to go live in Candyland or something, you know? Like,
in a sense, I think you're already living in Candyland.
I mean, I just don't understand why, you know, you feel the need to tear down somebody else and they're not tearing you down.
You are tearing me down. You're in a religion that says I deserve to be tortured forever, voluntarily. If you don't think I deserve that, quit the religion. It's very simple.
They don't think you
Very
deserve that.
simple.
They're not saying you deserve that.
But you're worshiping the God that you think is going to do that to me. You go think about that. Clearly,
By your own
clearly
decision.
you need to think about this a little bit more.
That's by your own decision.
So what?
That's like I'm a hunter, so a deer that's in the woods deserves to get killed. That's not the same thing.
If you are a hunter, then on some level you must believe that, wouldn't you? I mean, you know, if you came after me
What
with a
are you
gun,
doing
I'd
hunting
be
things
free
you don't
to
think
that
deserve to get killed?
I don't think they deserve to get killed. You
No,
see what
stop
I'm saying?
killing them. What's
Why are y'all
wrong
getting
with you?
I don't understand why you're getting so upset about it, you know? That's what
Actually,
that's
You know
that's
what?
why I'm
And the
having a
fact
lack of-
that you don't get it, the fact that you don't get it, is more reason for me to be upset. You are part of, in my opinion, an evil cult
An evil
that wants
cult.
the worst possible things to happen to me. All right? Now you go away and think about that.